What if some of the most breathtaking moments on Earth come from standing at the very edge of fear, beauty, and geological time? Scattered across our planet are wonders so extreme and surreal that they seem designed to challenge the limits of human courage and imagination. In the remote mountains of Pakistan, the Hussaini Hanging Bridge sways over a raging river, stitched together from weathered wooden planks and fraying cables. Each step is a gamble, where a single mistake could mean the end, and crossing becomes a test of nerve rather than strength. Half a world away, Namakwaland in South Africa transforms from a harsh, arid land into a living tapestry of color, where millions of wildflowers bloom at once, painting the landscape like a scene lifted from a forgotten fairy tale. And carved into deep, deadly mountain terrain in China, the Qingyuan Huangtengjia glass hanging corridor pushes architectural limits, suspending visitors above sheer drops on transparent glass, blending fear, awe, and innovation into one unforgettable experience. How do such wonders exist, born from danger, patience, and time? And what do they reveal about a planet capable of inspiring both fear and silence? Join us as we explore Earth's most amazing wonders, places so powerful they leave travelers utterly speechless. Hussaini Hanging Bridge. Suspended above the glacial waters of the Hunza River in northern Pakistan, the Hussaini Hanging Bridge is often called one of the most dangerous crossings on Earth. Built from wooden planks, steel cables, and rope, its structure is intentionally simple and constantly battered by wind, ice, and seasonal floods. Gaps between planks reveal a drop of more than 100 feet below. During construction and repairs, locals work without heavy machinery, balancing by wand across swaying lines. For visitors, each step feels unstable as the bridge twists under shifting weight. Falls, near misses, and panic-related injuries have been reported. This crossing is not designed for comfort. It is a stark reminder of survival, risk, and human resilience in extreme terrain. Sky ladder. Imagine standing between Earth and sky, where gravity feels optional. The sky ladder in China is a jaw-dropping engineering feat suspended against near-vertical cliffs. This steel cable ladder system rises hundreds of feet above the valley floor, anchored directly into solid rock faces, shaped by millions of years of tectonic uplift and erosion. Each rung is forged to withstand extreme wind loads and sudden temperature shifts, while tensioned cables distribute weight with surgical precision. Climbers ascend with nothing but air beneath their boots, facing drops measured in several hundred feet, where heart rates spike and perception bends. From this deadly height, the landscape unfolds like a geological map: folded mountains, fractured strata, and sheer walls carved by ancient forces. The Sky Ladder is not just a climb, it is a confrontation with fear, physics, and the raw architecture of our planet. Namaqualand. In the far northwest of South Africa, Namaqualand performs one of Earth's rarest biological miracles. For most of the year, this semi-desert receives less than 10 inches of rain and looks almost lifeless. But after just a few winter storms, usually between August and September, more than 3,000 species of wildflowers awaken at once. Dormant seeds, some waiting decades, respond to moisture, temperature, and daylight with astonishing precision. Orange daisies, purple viges, and white gazanias spread across granite plains and sandy soils, turning the land into a living mosaic visible from space. This bloom lasts barely 4 weeks, yet it represents millions of years of plant evolution, where survival depends on timing, color, and pollinators. Namaqualand proves that even the harshest landscapes can hide breathtaking beauty, waiting for the exact moment to reveal it. High above the roaring canyon of Guangdong, the Qingyuan Huangtengxia glass-hanging corridor feels less like a walkway and more like a bold experiment in gravity. Suspended along sheer cliffs at nearly 400 feet above the valley floor, this transparent corridor is engineered from multi-layered tempered glass, each panel designed to withstand loads exceeding several dozen tons. Beneath your feet, an artificial waterfall drops dramatically, mimicking natural cascades while enhancing airflow and cooling the rock face. Construction crews faced constant challenges from steep terrain, humidity, and wind shear, requiring precision anchoring drilled deep into ancient limestone. At night, programmable LED systems wash the waterfall and corridor in shifting colors, transforming raw geology into a glowing spectacle. Standing on the glass, visitors experience a visceral blend of fear and wonder, proof that modern engineering can reshape how we feel Earth's extremes without erasing their power. Waio Tapu Thermal Wonderland. Waio Tapu Thermal Wonderland is one of Earth's most surreal laboratories, where geology and chemistry paint the ground in impossible colors. Formed by volcanic activity beneath New Zealand's Umstaupo volcanic zone, this landscape is powered by heat rising from more than 1 mile below the surface. Pools shimmer in neon green, burnt orange, and electric yellow, created by dissolved minerals like sulfur, arsenic, and antimony. Water temperatures range from near boiling to over 100 degrees Celsius, hot enough to instantly reshape rock. The famous Champagne Pool releases thousands of carbon dioxide bubbles every minute, while microbial life thrives in extremes once thought uninhabitable. Here, shifting heat, pressure, and chemistry turn the Earth itself into a living, breathing experiment, constantly changing, constantly astonishing. Bay of Fires. Along the northeastern edge of Tasmania, the Bay of Fires looks like a coastline painted by science itself. Massive granite boulders line the shore, some weighing hundreds of tons, sculpted over 300 million years by tectonic uplift and relentless ocean erosion. What truly stops visitors in their tracks is the fiery orange and deep red color splashed across the rocks. This is not paint, but lichen, a slow-growing organism that thrives in the region's clean air and salty mist, spreading just a few millimeters each year. The contrast between white quartz sand, turquoise water, and glowing stone creates a surreal palette, visible even from space. With over 30 miles of untouched coastline and a cool, maritime climate averaging the low 60s Fahrenheit, the Bay of Fires stands as a vivid reminder that geology, biology, and time can collaborate to create beauty beyond imagination. Ruyi Peak. High above the karst heart of Guilin, Ruyi Peak rises like a stone spine, cutting through the clouds. This dramatic summit towers more than 1,000 meters above sea level, carved by millions of years of limestone erosion that shaped Yangshuo's iconic cone-like mountains. What makes Ruyi Peak unforgettable is its sky-bound engineering. A suspension bridge stretched across open air, and a cliff-hugging glass walkway anchored directly into vertical rock. The transparent floor reveals a sheer drop of hundreds of feet, turning every step into a test of gravity and nerve. Visitors can also experience a cable car route that spans across the mountain peaks. From this height, the karst landscape unfolds like a geological map. Sharp ridges, emerald rivers, and endless stone towers, showing how nature and human daring meet at the edge of the sky. Mount Yasur. Imagine standing at the edge of one of the most accessible active volcanoes on Earth. Mount Yasur, rising about 1,100 feet above the island of Tanna in Vanuatu, is a living window into Earth's volcanic heart. This volcano has been erupting almost continuously for more than 800 years, driven by intense tectonic activity along the Pacific Ring of Fire. From its open crater, glowing lava bombs are hurled hundreds of feet into the night sky, while ash columns and sulfur-rich gases roar upward with explosive force. Temperatures inside the crater can exceed 1,000 degrees Celsius. Yet visitors can safely observe this raw power from designated ridges. The cone itself is built from layers of basalt, ash, and scoria, shaped by constant eruptions and erosion. Few places on Earth allow humans to witness volcanic energy so closely, making Mount Yasur a rare, humbling reminder of a planet that is still very much alive. Nantian Glass Platform. Nantian Glass Platform, carved into the cliffs of southern China, is a triumph of modern engineering over extreme geography. The platform projects several dozen feet out from a sheer rock face, anchored directly into solid bedrock using high-strength steel beams and laminated glass panels engineered to withstand loads of more than several hundred tons. Each glass layer is multiple inches thick, tested to survive temperature swings, high winds, and seismic stress. For visitors, the experience is visceral. Beneath your feet, the landscape drops away into mist, forests, and winding rivers far below. Nantian Glass Platform is not just a viewpoint. It is a carefully calculated encounter between human courage, advanced physics, and the raw scale of Earth itself. Las Gachas. Las Gachas, hidden in the mountains of Santander, Colombia, is a rare geological masterpiece where flowing water has carved hundreds of perfectly rounded natural pools into solid sandstone. These circular basins, some as small as a dinner plate and others over 1 meter wide, were sculpted over thousands of years by swirling currents carrying sand and pebbles. During the dry season, the crystal-clear stream slows, turning the riverbed into a living mosaic of turquoise holes. Locals and travelers step directly into these natural tubs, where cool mountain water stays around 60 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit, offering instant relief from the tropical heat. Las Gachas is not just a place to see, it is a place to feel how geology, water, and time quietly create wonder. Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge. Stretching across the Pearl River Delta, the Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge is one of the most ambitious engineering projects ever built over water. Spanning roughly 34 miles, this vast system combines bridges, artificial islands, and a 4-mile-long undersea tunnel designed to survive typhoons, ship collisions, and earthquakes. Engineers drove thousands of steel cylinders deep into the seabed, each weighing more than 100 tons, to anchor the structure in shifting marine geology. The bridge reduces a once 3-hour ferry journey to about 30 minutes, reshaping regional geography and economics. For visitors, standing above open sea with endless traffic flowing across the horizon, the scale feels almost unreal, proof that human engineering can rival the grandest natural wonders on Earth. Ojos del Mar. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast white salt flat, where 2 perfectly round pools glow an unreal shade of deep turquoise. Ojos del Mar, or Eyes of the Sea, lies deep within the Atacama Desert of Chile, one of the driest places on Earth. These sinkholes formed through complex geological processes where underground salt layers slowly dissolved over thousands of years, causing the surface to collapse. Each circular pool measures roughly 15 to 18 meters across, with water tinted blue by high mineral content and light refraction against salt-rich rock walls. Despite annual rainfall, often measuring less than 1 inch, these pools remain filled, fed by hidden subterranean flows. The stark contrast between blinding white salt, cobalt blue water, and volcanic desert terrain makes Ojos del Mar feel less like Earth and more like another planet entirely. Giola Lagoon. Giola Lagoon, carved into the rocky coast of Thasos Island, Greece, looks less like a swimming spot and more like a geological secret. This natural rock pool was sculpted over thousands of years as tectonic fractures and relentless Aegean waves hollowed out a basin roughly 20 meters long, 10 meters wide, and several meters deep. Its oval mouth opens directly to the sea, allowing salt water to surge in during storms, constantly refreshing the lagoon. The surrounding limestone cliffs act like natural walls, trapping sunlight and turning the water a striking emerald blue. In summer, air temperatures often reach the mid-30 degrees Celsius, while the lagoon stays cooler, creating a dramatic thermal contrast. Visitors leap from rock ledges into the pool, floating where geology, gravity, and the sea collide, an Earth-made infinity pool shaped by time itself. Simpson Desert. Imagine a desert so vast and alive with color that it feels almost unreal. The Simpson Desert, stretching across central Australia, covers more than 170,000 square kilometers, making it one of the largest sand deserts on Earth. Its iconic parallel dunes, some rising over 40 meters high, glow in shades of deep red, burnt orange, and soft gold, shaped by wind over tens of thousands of years. Scattered acacia shrubs and salt-tolerant grasses dot the surface, surviving in a climate where annual rainfall can be less than 150 millimeters. By day, temperatures often soar above 40 degrees Celsius. By night, the desert transforms into one of the darkest skies on the continent, offering breathtaking stargazing where the Milky Way spills across the horizon, turning silence and emptiness into pure cosmic wonder. Jiuzhaigou Valley. Jiuzhaigou Valley, hidden high in China's Min Mountains, is a rare place where geology, water, and time work in perfect harmony. Sitting at nearly 7,000 feet above sea level, this UNESCO World Heritage Site is shaped by ancient tectonic uplift and powerful glacial erosion. More than 100 alpine lakes glow in unreal shades of turquoise, emerald, and sapphire, their colors created by dissolved minerals and calcium carbonate deposits that reflect sunlight like glass. Crystal-clear waterfalls cascade in layered steps, some stretching over 1,000 feet, flowing year-round, even in winter. Beneath the surface, submerged limestone logs and terraces reveal how slowly moving water sculpts stone over thousands of years. Wooden walkways guide visitors gently through forests of pine and maple, allowing humans to observe without disturbing a landscape that feels timeless, fragile, and astonishingly alive. Austfauna. Austfauna, Europe's second-largest ice cap, blankets the northeast of Svalbard like a frozen continent adrift in the Arctic Ocean. Covering more than 8,000 square kilometers, this glacier rises gently before spilling outward through massive outlet glaciers that crawl toward the sea. Here, average annual temperatures remain well below freezing, yet climate shifts are rewriting the landscape. In summer, meltwater rivers carve blue veins across the ice, plunging over the edge as temporary ice waterfalls. The glacier's surface, etched with crevasses, wind-sculpted ridges, and glassy melt pools, reveals a dynamic system where ice flows several tens of meters each year. Austfauna is not static ice. It is a slow, powerful engine of climate, recording Earth's changing pulse in full view. Waimangu Volcanic Valley. Waimangu Volcanic Valley in New Zealand's North Island is one of the youngest geothermal landscapes on Earth, born from a massive volcanic eruption in the early 20th century. Here, the ground is still alive. Superheated water rises from deep magma chambers, feeding steaming lakes where temperatures can exceed 100 degrees Celsius at the vents. The valley hosts the world's largest hot spring system. Once measured at over 400 meters wide, its surface shifting between deep sapphire blue and milky turquoise due to dissolved minerals and heat-loving microbes. Constant plumes of steam drift through lush forest, revealing a rare balance between violent geothermal energy and fragile life, making Waimangu a living laboratory of Earth's restless interior. Valle de las Animas. Valle de las Animas, just outside La Paz, Bolivia, is a geological sculpture garden shaped entirely by erosion. Thousands of jagged rock spires rise sharply from the valley floor, some standing over 30 meters tall, formed from fragile clay and sandstone deposited millions of years ago. Seasonal rainwater, wind, and gravity slowly carved these narrow pillars into forms that resemble cathedrals, needles, and frozen figures. Located at nearly 4,000 meters above sea level, the thin air and extreme temperature swings accelerate weathering, allowing cracks to widen year after year. Subtle mineral layers tint the rocks in shades of gray, brown, and pale gold, changing color with shifting sunlight. This haunting landscape reveals how time, rather than tectonic force, can sculpt some of Earth's most surreal terrain. Yelu Geopark. Yelu Geopark, stretching along Taiwan's northern coast, is a living laboratory of coastal geology shaped by the Pacific Ocean. Here, layers of sandstone formed over several million years ago are sculpted by relentless waves, salt spray, and seasonal monsoon winds. The result is an open-air gallery of bizarre rock forms, mushroom stones balanced on narrow stems, honeycomb patterns etched by chemical weathering, and the famous Queen's Head, a natural column slowly thinning by just a few millimeters each year. The headland rises roughly 20 meters above sea level, fully exposed to powerful wave energy that can exceed several tons per square meter during storms. Thousands of visitors walk the marked paths daily, watching how time, water, and wind continue reshaping this surreal landscape in real time. Quiver Tree Forest. The Quiver Tree Forest of southern Namibia feels less like a woodland and more like a geological archive written in living form. These iconic aloe trees, some exceeding 800 years in age, rise from rocky hills shaped by ancient tectonic uplift. Their thick, fibrous trunks store water like natural reservoirs, allowing survival in a climate where annual rainfall often falls below 4 inches. The trees are scattered in loose clusters, their branching crowns splitting upward like frozen lightning bolts. Each leaf is coated in a pale, reflective wax that reduces heat absorption under desert temperatures that can surpass 110 degrees Fahrenheit. At night, stored warmth protects internal tissues from sudden cold, revealing a rare botanical adaptation to extreme climate swings. Gokta Cataracts. Gokta Cataracts, hidden deep within the cloud forests of northern Peru, stands among the tallest waterfalls on Earth, plunging a combined height of nearly 2,500 feet. Fed by Andean rainfall and glacial runoff, the waterfall drops in 2 dramatic stages, carving a vertical path through ancient limestone cliffs shaped by millions of years of tectonic uplift. From above, the cascade appears like a silver thread stitched into dense emerald jungle. Constant mist creates a humid microclimate where mosses, orchids, and rare bird species thrive. During peak flow, water accelerates to immense force, generating thunderous echoes that can be heard miles away. Gokta's power and elegance reveal how gravity, geology, and climate collaborate to sculpt one of the planet's most breathtaking natural monuments. Putangarua Pinnacles. Putangarua Pinnacles rise dramatically from a remote valley on New Zealand's North Island, forming a surreal forest of stone, shaped by time itself. These jagged towers some standing close to 100 feet tall, were created from ancient river sediments deposited more than 7 million years ago. As tectonic uplift raised the land, relentless wind and heavy rainfall carved the soft conglomerate rock into sharp spires, narrow ridges, and fragile columns. From above, the landscape appears fractured and chaotic, yet every line follows natural erosion patterns guided by gravity and water flow. The pale gray and sandy tones reveal layers of compressed gravel, silt, and stone, offering a visible timeline of Earth's geological history. Despite their delicate appearance, the pinnacles endure powerful storms and shifting temperatures, standing as a striking reminder of how slow geological forces can sculpt scenery that feels almost otherworldly. Mount Popa. Mount Popa rises from the dry plains of central Myanmar as both a geological landmark and a powerful spiritual symbol. Formed from an extinct volcano, the mountain reaches more than 1,500 meters above sea level, dominating the surrounding landscape. At its heart stands Tong Kalat, a dramatic volcanic plug crowned with a Buddhist monastery, perched roughly 200 meters above the plain. Reached by climbing more than 700 steps, the shrine appears to float between earth and sky. Architecturally, golden stupas and tiered roofs cling to sheer rock walls, blending human devotion with raw geology. Mount Popa is revered as the sacred home of the 37 Nats, powerful spirits worshipped alongside Buddhism. This rare fusion of religion, architecture, and volcanic terrain creates a site where faith, myth, and Earth's ancient forces meet in breathtaking harmony. In the coastal region of Oman lies a geological marvel that looks almost too surreal to be real: the Bima sinkhole. Known locally as Hawiyat Najm, or the Falling Star, legend says the sinkhole was formed when a meteor struck the Earth. Scientists, however, explain it as the result of limestone collapsing due to underground erosion. Either way, what remains is breathtaking. A turquoise pool, more than 200 feet wide, cradled within sheer rock walls, glowing like a jewel under the desert sun. The water, a mix of fresh groundwater and the nearby sea creates shades of blue and green, so vivid they seem painted. Locals and travelers alike come here not just to swim, but to marvel at how nature can carve such perfect beauty out of stone. Dirawa Fort. Dirawa Fort rises from the vast Kholistan desert of Pakistan like a relic frozen in time. Built in the 9th century and later rebuilt in the 18th century, this massive square fortress stretches nearly 1.5 kilometers in perimeter, anchored by 40 towering bastions that once controlled vital desert trade routes. Its burnt brick walls, some reaching heights of more than 30 meters, were engineered to withstand extreme heat, sandstorms, and siege warfare. Within the ruins lie remnants of royal quarters, mosques, and old artillery positions where cannons once guarded the horizon. Isolated by arid geography and harsh climate, Dirawa Fort stands as both a military marvel and a cultural monument, revealing how architecture, religion, and survival shaped human ambition in one of South Asia's most unforgiving landscapes. Hidden along Oman's rugged eastern coastline lies Wadi Shab, a place that feels like a secret oasis carved out of stone. This dramatic gorge stretches inland from the sea, where turquoise pools wind between towering cliffs of sandstone and limestone. To reach its heart, travelers hike through palm groves and rocky paths before discovering something extraordinary: a hidden cave with a waterfall flowing inside, a natural wonder that feels almost otherworldly. What makes Wadi Shab so unique is this blend of desert heat and lush greenery, where freshwater springs feed life into an otherwise arid landscape. For centuries, local villagers used the wadi as a lifeline, channeling its waters to grow dates, bananas, and papayas in terraced gardens that still thrive today. Beyond its beauty, Wadi Shab holds quiet echoes of Oman's ancient connection to water, survival, and resilience. Swimming through its crystal-clear pools under the shadow of towering canyon walls is like stepping into a natural cathedral, one shaped not by human hands, but by time itself. Umferston Sinkhole. Umferston Sinkhole, hidden in South Australia, is a dramatic collapse of limestone that transformed into a living ecosystem. Formed when an underground cave roof gave way thousands of years ago, the sinkhole plunges nearly 50 meters below the surface and spans more than 60 meters across. Sunlight filters down its vertical walls, allowing vines to cascade, ferns to cling to rock, and seasonal flowers to bloom in layers. The cooler, humid microclimate inside the pit can be several degrees lower than the surrounding land, supporting birds, insects, and small mammals rarely seen above ground. Once a collapsed void, Umferstone Sinkhole now stands as a natural laboratory, revealing how geology, water erosion, and time can create an unexpected garden beneath the Earth's surface. Wahiba Sand. In the heart of Oman stretches a desert that feels like it belongs to another planet, the Wahiba Sands, also known as the Sharqiya Sands. This vast sea of golden red dunes extends for nearly 120 miles from north to south, with some dunes towering more than 300 feet high. What makes Wahiba Sands truly remarkable is not just its raw beauty, but its hidden life. Despite its harsh appearance, the desert is home to a surprising diversity of plants, insects, and mammals, specially adapted to survive in extreme heat. Bedouin tribes have lived here for centuries, moving with their camels and goats across the rolling dunes, preserving traditions of hospitality and desert wisdom that feel unchanged by time. The sands also hold a scientific mystery. Geologists have discovered unique sand grain formations and underground water reservoirs that continue to puzzle researchers. Mount Chimera. Mount Chimera, known as Yanataş in southern Turkey, is one of Earth's strangest geological mysteries. From cracks in limestone slopes, natural flames have burned continuously for more than 2,000 years. These fires are fueled not by lava, but by methane and other hydrocarbons seeping from deep within the Earth's crust. As tectonic pressure fractures the rock, gas escapes and ignites on contact with oxygen. Even rain and wind cannot extinguish the flames. At night, dozens of small fires flicker across the hillside, drawing curious visitors who hike upward to witness a volcano without lava. Mount Chimera reveals how geology, chemistry, and time can create a fire that never sleeps. In the heart of Oman's interior rises Nizwa Fort, one of the nation's most iconic landmarks and a masterpiece of desert defense. Built in the 17th century by Imam Sultan bin Saif, the fort reflects the strength and ingenuity of Omani architecture. Its massive circular tower, measuring more than 130 feet across and nearly 100 feet high, was designed to withstand sieges and dominate the surrounding landscape. Ingenious defense systems like trapdoors for boiling oil and honey, zigzag stairways and hidden shafts reveal just how strategic this fortress once was. Yet beyond its military might, Nizwa Fort also served as the seat of learning, politics, and religion, standing at the crossroads of Oman's trade routes. Today, visitors climb to the top of the tower for sweeping views of Nizwa's palm groves, the bustling souk, and the rugged Hajar Mountains beyond.